Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and today's Monday. So we're momming it with with Crypto Mame, and we have got a bunch of great crypto news for you today. So we're going to jump right in. Do us a favor and like this video, share it while we take this quick break. I'll be right back with Michelle. Hi, and welcome back, everybody. We have Mommy Crypto with us today, and we've got a lot of great crypto news for you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I'm so glad you made it. I apologize, everybody, 3 minutes late because it's Monday and we are mummies. We are always running crazy. While she was running a little crazy, I'm here catching up with the news. So,
oh, good. Well, and we had a lot going on. I got to be on a call. You hosted a call on Clubhouse on Friday, and we were driving home from Mom, so it worked out really well because I could jump right on with the app, and we got to talk about all things Litecoin with Becca, and Alan Austin joined us, and then what was the
Jay
guy's
Miller,
Okay.
he's marketing for Litecoin as well. He joined us as well in the end. So he was running from another meeting too. And he at least joined in to say goodbye to us. And it was kind of awesome.
It was really awesome. And what started it all was you had created and brought to the foundation an idea to have a Litecoin channel on Odysee. And we are streaming today on Odysee for the first time. I had somebody help me figure it out. So we're streaming live on Odysee. So hi to everybody over at Team Odysee. Excited to be here. And
I'm
really
super
excited about those.
excited.
Those
Yeah, we are
decentralized.
actually one of the few first streams going on, actually, because this is a new, fairly new feature. You can only do if you have a certain amount of stars, diamonds in your account. And basically, it's kind of like being one of the first, people to be streaming here. It's kind of lovely, you guys. I love
Awesome. It's
that.
like
Super
first man on
excited.
the moon. We can be some of the first
Yeah, we are
streaming Odyssey.
literally like little astronaut ladies.
Yes, I like it. I think that's great.
And you know what I got super excited about on the end of Clubhouse is that Alan also asked us if we would be willing to speak and have a little woman panel in the Litecoin Summit. So if the Litecoin happens this year, that's something that we'll probably be excited about, which is, to be up there and, representing the ladies in the community, which is an ever-growing community of ladies. Super exciting about that.
Definitely an honor to be considered for that. So,
Yeah.
and I'm just excited hearing them talking about meetups again and that we're going to get to have a Litecoin Summit again here soon. So
super excited. And we're definitely going to have this Clubhouse events. We're thinking maybe we do every other Friday. It's definitely going to be up to our availability, but it's open and we can kind of, narrow down an hour that we can, just join in. And I think Clubhouse is kind of fun because it's just audio and everybody can raise their hands and be part of the conversation, ask questions. It's just an open space for everyone to just be themselves and just, learn from the basics all the way to, Mimbo Wimbo and fungibility. It's going to be a fun gathering spot.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to lean on you for some of that more techie information.
Yeah. No, not only that, we can bring, let's say we talk about Light Wallet, we can bring Carrie to fill us in, and we can always bring a guest to, get kind of drilled by the ladies, say, now we ask you the questions. So that we can do that as well. So we've been talking about that possibility. So
drilled by the Litecoin ladies, that would be
yeah.
a scary panel. That's great. So where should we start with the news? I'm trying to go back through and see where we
I think we should start maybe with MicroStrategy. I thought that was so exciting. I watched the video that you sent me, and it was a
the one about paying their
CNBC
board.
video talking about MicroStrategy to now pay board members in Bitcoin. And they saw that as such as exciting news. They made a big fuss on CNBC today. And, they asked, what do you think about it? And the guy it just says you gotta buy Coinbase.
I know.
And then he asked,
When he said that, do you think he meant because, Coinbase is they're getting ready to, or just was listed? Is he thinking did he mean
yeah,
buy
this,
Coinbase shares, or did he mean buy Bitcoin, but he thought the word
I
Coinbase
think
meant
he
Bitcoin?
meant buy Coinbase shares and then he says oh, MicroStrategy is they are such innovators, and he goes on to say like that, and then the reporter asked Kramer, do you want to be paid in Bitcoin? He's like, yes, I would, and he's like, especially he was talking about ordinary income and capital gains, because he's like, if this could be seen as capital gains rather than ordinary income, it would be even better. He was like super excited about it. So I don't even know what that means, because I'm not a tax
Oh,
person.
yeah, because
I
I
would
would think
love.
it would be the reverse.
Yeah, and then he's like, if you set your salary to Bitcoin, are you willing to ride with it? And then he's like, yes, I actually might demand it.
I
I
heard that
was
part.
so surprised with that answer, because payment systems in Bitcoin are something fairly new. You have very few people doing that, to the point that even David Schwartz, and there is a group from the Litecoin Foundation that is creating even Cornerstone, which is basically systems that will enable companies to actually pay their employees directly in Bitcoin. And it's just interesting to see that MicroStrategy just decided to do that themselves and said, I'm doing it already before even these systems exist. Like, for example, if you have a business, you need like some sort of like ADP, or some kind of payroll management firm, and right now those payroll management firms are not at all, set up to, to do this type of services.
Yeah.
So I do think maybe this could be the next wave, just like how we saw DeFi develop so much, and now we see this talk right now of, MicroStrategy paying its board members. So it's kind of like the first ones to announce that they are doing it, and you might eventually see a drive in the market space for more businesses that will enable this possibility in a legal way, in a taxable way,
Right.
everything done
And it really
properly.
would change people's view of Bitcoin, I think, if they were seeing that they were being paid, that it was being paid as a salary,
Yeah, like you would have to change like QuickBooks. You would have to change, softwares, like
Mhm.
little common things, or maybe they'll create new ones, for businesses to implement and say, hey, I want to do this. And, I want to do it in an easy way. I don't want to have to be thinking too much about it. So now you have a whole spectrum of new possibilities in this field to explore. I'm certain people are exploring already,
Oh, yeah,
pro-
for sure. No, I
you know.
think that it's definitely moving. It's really interesting to see one company make so many gains in cryptocurrency. It's like they're just jumping all in. So,
Yeah, it's like they have no shame, and they are like,
right.
I am gonna say it like I'm doing it. And it's, because it's so transparent in a way, everything is verifiable. We can all, you watching the reports, and you're seeing, we can even know the average that they are buying Bitcoin. And it's not like they bought it super inexpensive back then. Let's say the WikiLeaks twins, they have
Mhm.
the WikiLeaks I don't even know how to say their name. Always the names I have
The
issue.
Winklevoss.
But you guys know who I'm talking about.
Yes, the
You know,
Winklevoss fund.
they grew, but these are people that are recently invested, in which their average Bitcoin price is about, you know, it's above $55,000, and they are still setting their payments to come to their wallets in Bitcoin. So they are willing to take that risk, that, you know, the market is going to take a tank. They are aware of that risk. These are not.
But it's still worth it to them. They'd rather be that than the inevitable tank that's coming for the US
Yeah,
dollar.
I was surprised that even the CNBC guy was saying that. Yeah, it's like the guy asked him, if you set your salary to Bitcoin, are you willing to ride with it? And instead, his answer, instead of saying, he's not said yes, he said,
Mhm.
I may demand it. His answer was, you know, that's what I want. He's okay. And then the guy's like, it's probably can go down. And he's like, yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah,
You know,
that
but
was pretty impressive.
it's crazy. I don't know. It's just like a whole new outlook on, you know, it's national television, and the guy saying something like that's true. It's a little bit like, wow, how do you guys change from,
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
having friends, you know, we've been talking to people about cryptocurrency for almost 4 years now, and we're just now having people go, "Okay, now how
Yeah.
did I do that? How do you do that? How do you set that up?" And I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah, it's starting, you know, the fear of missing out, the
Yeah.
FOMO, you know, and I'm like,
Mhm.
ooh, this is looking scary, you know, when
Yeah.
people are so positive about it and everything looks like you know, rainbows and butterflies and sunshine and
Then you're like,
rainbows.
that's trouble. That might be
You
trouble
know,
for sure."
yeah, yeah.
Um, I think
I
there's
just don't.
so much news. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
where to
is.
jump around. I
Interesting.
Go ahead.
Want to do the China digital one. I
Sure.
love this one because this is something that I actually been doing a little bit of, not research, but I've been listening to other people that talk about programmable money. And I thought this was really nice because it says that China's digital yuan comes with an expiration date. The money itself is programmable. Beijing has tested expiration dates to encourage users to spend it quickly for times when the economy needs a jump start. So I think this is very significant news because I actually been listening to someone that I actually admire a lot. He was in the Bitcoin buzz with me. So I, you know, since I met him, I just listened to his advice because I thought he was really knowledgeable guy. His name is Mark Moss, and he really focuses on talking about CBDC, the central bank digital currencies,
Mhm.
and he is very knowledgeable about how programmable this money is. And sometimes he just talks about the possibilities of this programmability, you know what I mean? And it's really weird to think that we could give the government this type of control in which they can give us a stimulus, for example, but they can say, you know what, you can only spend the stimulus with A, B, and C, and D,
Right.
give you limitations on how you can spend it. They, you know, they can say it expires at a certain date because they want you to push, or you cannot use this to for your savings or assets because you have to spend it because there is no way you can save it. Now, when you're doing that with a stimulus money or money that is given free to you, it's understandable. But imagine someone having this sort of control
Yeah.
over your paycheck, you know what I mean? If your paycheck is a CBDC, how would they say, oh, this is the percentage you spend in your household, and this is the percent? Well, but what if I want to live in my car
Yeah.
and not have the, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there are
Yeah.
so many scenarios in which you think of how dangerous programmable money can be and who issues it having control over it. So this article just put that into light because it's never something that I didn't mention before because we haven't had an article talking about it.
Yeah, I hadn't. This is the first I've heard about I mean, I understood there could be digital banking, central banking digital currencies, but I thought they would just be like kind of like the US dollars. They can create as many as they want, but I never even considered that they could put an expiration date on them, or like you said, well, you have to spend so much towards, your mortgage,
A,
so
B,
much
or C.
towards, or they don't work, all the
Yeah,
ways that they can program it. I
yeah,
do see it waking up more people if
yeah.
that's what it goes to.
I think it's great that this article is bringing this to light. You know what I mean? I wish it's written down in a major publication and it's
Yeah.
talked about all these things, because when government does something, it's not really, highlighting the qualities and how this is going to affect your day-to-day life and society. And then it's just saying, oh, we're shifting from this to this, and you got to go with it. Well,
Mhm.
let's just work some facts with us. You know what I mean? Let us debate what we think about this possibility, what this idea is. You know what I mean? And I think
Mhm.
it's understandable it happens in China, but in the US, I would love for it to be less programmable in a way. However,
Well,
we
and that's a
know that,
form of censorship. I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's just impossible because the programmable capability is always there. It's within its core, just like Ethereum, you can always
Right.
build layers on top of layers, and, or any
And put
blockchain.
smart
So
contracts in there, yeah.
it's just strange, and I rather go with Bitcoin and
Mhm.
Litecoin and other cryptocurrencies that are not programmable in that sense by a central authority. Yes, they are programmable, but it's only if we all agree that it is programmable towards certain objectives. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not
And
something
then that's
that,
that free market piece. That's
yes, we can all decide together, the commonality, although it is programmable as well,
Mhm.
however, it's not under one control, it's under, open source, and everybody controls it. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, so just jumping from one scary censorship story to another, my
Mhm.
mom was actually denied buying on Bitmart Exchange because of her age, because she was 75. And so they actually refused to let her have an account. That was a whole new world to me. And I think we're seeing whether it's, who tube blocking people, or this Bitmart exchange, restricting because of her age. And
Yeah.
then we're seeing these other controls being put in place with the Chinese digital currency. This really is getting kind of scary to see the kind of manipulation and control that they can have with our currencies.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that, I just can't understand what is the purpose of this policy.
Right. Yeah.
It's really not reasonable. I actually saw her retweet, and I must have even thought, I thought to myself, imagine how horrible it felt,
Hmm.
to, it kind of break your heart, because you're very well experienced, you have so much wisdom in life, and
Hmm.
she is a teacher to all of us in the financial aspect, and
Hmm.
to be denied the right to just use, any platform because of your age is just weird. It's just
Yeah.
like, what a strange. I can understand restricting younger people, because
Right.
of course you want to restricting based on age, because yes, you don't want a 10-year-old to be making financial decisions. But older
Right.
people, oh my gosh, it's really strange, and I feel that it's part of the culture too in some countries. I'm not even sure which country this specific
Yeah, I'm
exchange
not
is.
familiar with it.
Yeah, yeah, but it's old fashioned to be prejudiced. That's what I would say.
I have to agree. Um, I did wanna we talked about or had, um oh gosh, I just blanked on his name again. The, Well, or did Alan talk about this, or the marketing guy from Litecoin talked about the
Jay
Litecoin
talked
Q1?
about
Jay?
Litecoin Q1 2021 report that just came out, and it's full of goodies. It actually it was already full of goodies, when it was published, originally published. But it actually, like, when you look at the data, the numbers are even better because Litecoin has even gone, further than the numbers that you see over there right now. So it's just exciting to see because, we are in a period of a lot of activity in the market. Bitcoin is mooning, you have Ethereum mooning, everything is like reaching all-time highs. And, you're getting a lot of attention on NFTs, and you're getting a lot of attention in DeFi. And Litecoin is always there, as a stable, awesome network as a backup to Bitcoin. It has always been like a silver to Bitcoin's gold.
Mm-hmm.
And, we are not seeing a lot of talk in the market space about, fungibility and Mimblewimble implementation. And however, I do feel that it is so significant. So as we see the technology evolving and, after the review, once it's implemented and we actually get to play with it, I just want to see how the whole community is going to take this new feature, because it's something so new, it's so different from anything we've seen before. So I just feel like, there is even more excitement to come. It's just the Q1 of 2021. Then you have the major events already starting to happen in the US. We having here in California, we're starting to see like, even the parks like SeaWorld and, Legoland, and they are starting to open, a limited attendance, but you're starting to see more public events happening. So if everything goes well, I think if we can gather the community in the summit once again, it will also be a very nice exchange, because I think every time we meet the community itself, it's like we get sparks, we get ideas, we are able to think together, because this year and a half, everybody been doing the best we can, but in isolation mode, right?
Right.
And I feel like we are stronger together, when we meet. There is always great ideas, and we storm out possibilities and that's wonderful. That's what I miss.
See, guys, look, I'm earning library right now just for going. You guys can click the link, go to
Oh,
Mommy's
you won
blog.
3.
Yeah.
Lucky girl. That was
Yeah,
nice.
so go to Mommy's blog. I'm streaming the link to her blog below. I put it in the chat, and then you can click on this report in Odysee, and you'll earn a little library to check it out. They're talking about all kinds of things, mostly, the PayPal checkout with crypto, what's going on, just the term crypto being used so much, MWeb here. I thought it was interesting. They were talking about all the transactions per day have doubled just from the beginning of the quarter till the end. And then Litecoin's number of new addresses has doubled from the beginning of the quarter till the end of the quarter.
Price up today was showing at a rise to 195, and that was 55%, and now we are over 200 and some, 50 maybe. So that goes to show that we've gone even farther than that. A lot of interesting things, partnerships that I wasn't even aware of. This Valdoro Flare network, I know it has to do with Mimblewimble as well. I have to study each particular element of it, because Unstoppable Domains also did a little partnership with Litecoin. So there is always something new happening with Litecoin, and it's not like we announce it all over the place. We try to be, you have the blog, you have the channel, the YouTube channel, and now the Odysee channel. And I think the Odysee channel is going to be nice because we're going to combine videos with articles. So in one little spot, you can kind of figure it out what happened in the blog and then check out the latest video. And then, maybe possibly later on jump into a community channel and watch, what the latest influencer has, talked about in relation to Litecoin. So I think this is going to be a fun little home, for Litecoiners to come in and try to find all the information in one spot. And while you're doing it, you're contributing to Litecoin's development, basically, because we are earning a little bit more for the view on this site. So you're giving return to the Litecoin Foundation just by visiting. You can tip as well because you have the tip windows there. So if you feel it's a day and Litecoin has given you a good day, you can always stop by and leave a little LBC tip. But if you just stop by and if you are verified Odysee user, we will get a credit for your view regardless, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, so just while we were on the screen, I went through and I gave them a little fire, and I did a tip or supported this claim. I reposted this, so we both benefit on that. Then I went down and made sure to make a comment, and then I also checked on other comments and gave them a little flame. So there's lots of ways for you to engage on this platform, and hopefully that benefits. Well, I know that will benefit the Litecoin Foundation. So we definitely want to engage with that and support all.
Thank you so much, Lisa. This is awesome. You see, and you showcased it while I was talking about it, which is pretty amazing.
Perfect. And that shows how easy it is. If I can jump through and find all those ways to support the article, the foundation, and what Michelle's doing.
I want to give a big shout out to the Library Foundation and Odysee because they supported us with 500,000 LBC towards the channel to raise our channel to the top rank within their site. And that is about $100,000, that is supporting this channel right now to raise us. So we are basically everyone that signs up right now actually sees our channel first. It's one of the recommended channels for everyone that joins in right now because of that amount of support that is there. So I just want to say a big thank you from us, the Litecoin community and the decentralized lovers, decentralization lovers for this big push, because it does help a lot. And one of the biggest comments that we've been getting is like, we love that, two decentralized projects and two decentralized chains, are getting together, two networks are working together. I think more importantly, people are just excited to see the synergy, that is happening between the two communities. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I love Odysee and Library and really thankful that they were, helping create that blockchain, saving all my old videos. And then now figuring out it really wasn't difficult. I had just kept stopping and you had to just keep going. And then it would give you the stream key and the art.
And it's like a nice little archive for you because even if you don't have them loaded on your computer, you can have the download button and you're basically downloading your own video from somebody else's computer, because someone is storing in the blockchain for you. And that's the beauty because even if you lose your computer and your computer crashes, it's not just a matter of doing it for your own sake, there are problems or you lose your password to your cloud account or whatever. You have at least that little backup on the blockchain, regardless if it's a ban from YouTube or a technical malfunction of your own hard drive, maybe it could possibly happen too. So that is literally like a great resource for us. And and the fact that there is a community and people interact with your videos and your content is an additional plus.
Yes, I really love the library. And I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but Naomi Brockwell she talks about library a lot and is a big supporter. I don't know how much she's involved in it, but I know that they were, she was talking about how it's actually more profitable than the other platform that we're on. That's
Yeah.
sometimes monetized.
Yeah, we gotta check if it's gonna continue to be as well, because right now there is a lot of incentive, and of course, the more, it's almost like prices get halved,
Mm,
over the years. The same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was, whoever mined Bitcoin in the beginning would get 56 Bitcoin. It was just so easy. And I think the same happened with library, it was just like, the prizes were a little bit bigger for the early birds, and mainly because library is a clone of the Bitcoin as well. Similar to Litecoin, library is also a clone, but it's more programmable. You can embed data into it. It's a very unique code. They created a very unique thing. It's not just a token from Ethereum. They kind of went an extra mile and created something a little unique to themselves. And it's just a unique. So over time, for example, when I first joined in, the prices per view were higher. If I
right.
watched several videos per blah blah blah, I would get 100 LBC. Now then it dropped to 50, then it dropped to 25. So over time it does trickle down. So it's important for people to understand too that it's not gonna be wow, but it does balance, because the more people comes, eventually the token price, you know probably becomes a
Will
little bit
rise.
higher in
Yeah.
price too. So it's all a balance. What I try for people to understand is, don't go in thinking of price, this is going to be more profitable, and then you do it from the wrong reasons. In a way, this platform is so fun, so unique, full of interesting tools that once you figure them out, like the repost and it has unique qualities that might interest you. It's not perfect yet, and we don't know how the future of it will be too. There are no guarantees, because it's
Right.
decentralization is still a test, but it's just a very interesting place to be right now. I learned a lot, and as a backup is great, because regardless what happens to the foundation, it's still, as a network, it's pretty powerful right now.
Definitely. And like you said, we know there's that the SEC's working something out with them or doing an investigation.
Yeah,
But even if that were to affect the foundation, Odysee, the platform, would continue. They just might have to restructure somehow. We talked about that when
yeah,
you coordinated that Clubhouse call as well. So
for
I think that
sure.
was really good. Um, what else should
Now
we
we have
know?
we have the Argentina central bank demanding personal details of country Bitcoin buyers.
Yes.
So, in an
Very
attempt to explore whether further regulation is needed, Argentina's central bank is demanding that financial institutions turn over information from crypto traders. Um, I think they've been probably relying on cryptocurrencies quite a lot over there because of the devaluation that has been happening. It was an issue even before COVID, and I can imagine that COVID even exacerbated that even more. So this type of news doesn't surprise me at all. That the government is like, okay, let's try to
I Yeah, I'm
make a
sorry.
start.
I can't find that article somewhere. I don't know.
It
I'm
was
sure I
one of the
probably even
first
sent it to
ones
you.
that you sent, and it was
Mm,
above the Coinbase new listings as well. Remember, you sent one with the Coinbase
yes.
listing.
Okay, the crypto ATMs. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
no, no worries.
I'm finding it. I send her, if you had any idea, if you guys knew how many articles I sent her. 'Cause I'm like, what about this? What about this? Um, yeah, this one, and this is something we're seeing in the US this year as well, is that as you file your taxes, even though it's actually illegal for them to ask you, whether you have cryptocurrencies or not, if you file them electronically, you literally cannot move forward in the process without clicking that button to say that yes, you do. And there are a lot of really good software programs that will help you to track your stuff. And we had an accountant on that was talking about how important it is to document your cryptocurrency correctly so that then, as the prices go up, that you aren't forced to pay like on uh, the full amount of gain of a project where you bought in when it was, let's say, at 50% of what it is now. So always better to give Caesar what
I
is
have
Caesar's.
so many doubts about that, Lisa. I would love for us to schedule a call, maybe a guest that we can talk about it, especially now seeing like MicroStrategy coming in,
And using it for payment of
for
salaries. Yeah,
payments.
I wonder how
My
that's going to change things.
my understanding is not even, the one that you buy and you resell, that you sell later on, or I have one question on that too. If you wait a year, does that make a difference? If you buy
Yes,
something,
it does.
that
Yeah, there's a difference between short-term and long-term gains.
yes.
And but yeah, I've got I have a couple of accountants that are Patreons of mine. I might see if I can get a couple of them on and we could
That would
have
be
like a
lovely.
conversation
And
about
then
it.
I also have questions in regards to, when you actually make an income in cryptocurrency up to a point, and if you don't sell it, for example, when does it start becoming, capital gains?
Oh
And when,
yeah.
I would love to know more details
That.
and softwares that you can calculate. For example, bet earnings that you get from your Brave browser. How do you declare little things like that?
Oh yeah.
I definitely have just quick, silly questions. I don't think
Yeah.
it's amounts that would matter anyways, but I definitely would love to know, get educated by someone so we can possibly write some articles and
I
just,
know that they're actually doing class or having continuing ed or classes for accountants specifically on cryptocurrency. So I know they're learning in the space as well.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe we
It's
can
it's
invite them.
worth taking a class, I would love to take a class just to, get into the details of it. Always been curious about it and never have, as a mom, we gotta pick and choose.
Yes,
Otherwise,
projects. Yeah, and what we spend on our time. Definitely. And then yeah, I guess we could jump in and talk about
the
there's
Coinbase
Coinbase new offerings, and then there's also Exodus is doing a public offering on their
they
wallet. Should we jump into Coinbase first, maybe?
Sure. Well, looks like Coinbase is listing several new currencies, new coins or tokens, one inch. So we have another DeFi token. Engine is interesting. NKN, to be honest, I'm not aware of what that is, and OGN, and I'm not aware of what those are. Hopefully, they have an earn program for those, so I can figure that out.
You can earn and learn. Yeah,
Earn
definitely.
and learn. I've
I
been
have
doing.
heard Engine before. I don't know if I have any, but
And it looks like that this time it's not gonna be like everybody's gonna see it on their app right away. You may need, it says over here that you may need to update your app to buy, sell, or convert, send, and receive and those several coins. So
okay.
if you go on the website, I think it's visible. But if you have an app, an Android or an Apple version, a Mac version on your phone, then you're probably gonna have to do an update to actually see those. So if you're not seeing it right now, wondering why is it not showing on my Coinbase? Well, you might need to do a little update and then it will pop up.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Definitely.
a earn program will pop up with it. But if it does, let me know so
Yeah.
I can run.
We'll definitely check on that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I,
I love seeing these new coins coming onto the market and people being able to, have those choices to check into projects and then
yeah.
make those decisions for themselves. Um,
Yeah, I think Earn program is not that bad because I've recommended to a couple of my friends that I say, you don't need to start with anything. Just, download this app and you can actually learn a little bit while you earn a little bit, and then you can see how these behave. And then maybe that will capture your attention, and then you will be a little bit savvy by the time you want to, put a little coffee money in there, trickle a little savings in there. You already, learned a little something. I definitely think education should be first, like security education and wallet
Mhm.
education before ever. I mean, just because I had problems myself, and it wasn't easy, and I lost
Well,
money in few
yes, if
little.
you don't educate yourself, you'll find your education
Yeah.
costs you even more because you'll end up losing, and then that
Unfortunately,
will
yeah,
be
and we still do by taking risks on this new crazy market. Okay, don't think this DeFi is all fun. I got some Ethereum stuck somewhere that I can't get it out.
when I do the crypto journey interviews, I love it because it's like, I don't think I've had one that somebody hasn't lost something or
Yeah.
can't unlock it or misplaced it or what,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. Some unusual something will always happen to someone, even to the savvy ones, and then it's part of the drill, especially because this is new technology and everything. But I do think as you know the measures are becoming a little better. If you know where you at, if you at least can find a couple of safe places to be, then you can live comfortably in this market space.
no, and yeah, trust who you're learning from too. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's kind of hard until you find a good crowd. It's a little bit risky out
yeah,
there.
definitely. I
um,
was excited about this, we're looking for those alternative platforms, um, and trying to see where everyone's gonna go, and of course, we're big fans of Odysee and the library, but I thought this was interesting too because it's talking about it's a social media platform, and it's also has revenue sharing in this white paper. Were you able to
wow.
check into that one?
Maybe I haven't checked into that one. Now, the trick is the social media frenzy is coming right now. I can feel it because first was NFT, now is DeFi, and now social media is popping because it's merging everything together. And I'm a little bit scared because I saw everybody very excited about this
Oh,
BitCloud thing, and then all of a sudden, I'm seeing that there are several issues with it as well. So I'm starting because in the beginning, when the market is clear, there are only few players in the game. Chances are they are working well in the idea, and this is it. But when it starts so many popping like this that you can't keep count, I
mhm.
have Scott C Business. He does the reviews on social media platforms, and the other day I watched one of his videos, and he was doing a review. He's like, this is the most comprehensive review on social decentralized social media platforms, and I'm like, okay, comprehensive review, we're gonna see 20. It was like 150,
Oh
and
my
he
god.
tested all of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely getting
Wow.
out of control. Out of those, let's say a handful was super awesome, and 20 were decent, and then a lot of them waste of time. So
Okay.
I'm not saying that this is the case, but on the contrary, it's worth taking a look. But I'm just saying it's becoming hard to take a look at it all.
Yeah, I had
Just
no idea there were that many social media platforms
yes,
coming
I'm
out
just saying
recently.
let's work on some other new idea. People just like let's.
Let's
It's
put it
getting
out there
too
for
much, too
technology. Yeah,
populated, too saturated,
yeah. But I think
and
that
I
also
think.
shows the need for a strong platform to come out that,
Yeah,
has social
sometimes
media.
I do feel like our crypto space is so competitive that when something pops, everything they overdo it.
Mm,
Let's just support one or two or three and go with it. No, let's just, and then people just keep on popping with the same thing, thinking, oh, I'm gonna do slightly better, but it's just too much. Then it
yeah,
becomes looks like the ICO craziness. You know what I mean? Now, what I think is let's support the good stuff that is out already.
I think
Or
that
if you want, think of something new, not.
right. Something to complement that's where, like,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
SL369 and Maya and I did, a video, and you guys can find it on Odysee or on YouTube, but we did, a video on Matic, which is now Polygon,
yeah.
and they actually love Ethereum, and instead of Ethereum, like, trying to make a new Ethereum, they tried to fix a problem on Ethereum.
They build
Love it.
upon it.
Yes,
Smart
and
people.
that kind of partnership, I think, could really make the space go farther, so we're not just, you
Yes.
know, everybody's got a
Mhm.
hamburger shop, you make the
Ex-
french fries, I'll make the burgers, you get the shakes.
Yes, and let's spread this in everywhere. And I do think like everybody's so eager to be like, oh, me. And
Yeah,
then in the end, they lack to support the projects that are really solid and have put in the energy in the space for a long time. And then then everything collapses later on. And the strong ones, the strong players always remain, and then comes a new crowd, but it's
mhm,
okay, if that's how it's gonna be, it's fine. But I do think like right now, instead of, if you do have an idea, oh, I'm going to create a new much better social media platform, well, maybe pitch that idea to someone that already created, and maybe they can buy your project from you and implement on something that is already working. DeFi, it's great, but it's enough of these little farming little things, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's enough. We can deal with
yeah,
what's in the market right now. Build it a little better, build interoperability between them. You go in, you can trade 3 coins here, 2 coins there.
yes, yeah,
Like, okay, focus a little and build something really, really awesome, So that's why I am, I have fun with it, but I can't look at everything. I would love for people to be a little bit more picky too and focus their energy as a group on the good ones.
yeah. Well, and I think that's what we're trying to do with at least I'm trying to do, and I know you are a big part of, and really behind Odysee and the team there in library, and
Yeah,
so I
theater
think
is a great one too. I
that's
would pick like
my
as
next
the
lesson.
pair, because I do think like maybe in the future they could even merge like theater power library or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. I see more like, a synergy of great things that can happen between many things. Even competitors that are in the same space can work really well together. So it's not about, oh, it has to be one. Not at all. Not at all, at all, at all. But it can be 20 great ones, but it's just
everyone can work on those.
yeah, but when
Yeah,
it's 150, I mean, I can't be in 150 platforms.
yeah,
I
I
have
get
to
it.
pick few. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. I wanted to talk about Digibyte just for a sec right before we close out. We had just part of the reason I was a little bit late was we were recording or we were streaming live for our Patreon the price predictions that SL369 and Maya from Shining Bull are having on Digibyte, and it's pretty exciting stuff. We actually kind of came up with some interesting stuff that could be going on in Digibyte right now because of the way their charts and their astrology charts and all that are. So if you guys aren't Patreon members, it's $5. It'd be worth signing up and then canceling just to get the the video and the information on Digibyte. But this was some breaking news. Am I sharing this or am I just okay. It's on a different page, so I couldn't tell if I was on it or not. But it's talking about that Digibyte is now the second largest investment in this long-term portfolio. 12-month minimum price target $5. So he's saying they believe that it'll go to $5 within 12 months. And this is this investment group.
Yeah.
BIG investments. So
Wow.
that was a little bit of news and excitement for everybody.
Yeah, there are a lot of our friends love Digibyte, right? So
Mhm.
and it's a strong community, you know, and it's been there for a long, long time. I'm amazed, for example, Dodge went as high as he went, you know, that was
That was
surprise.
such
I
an
mean,
anomaly, though, because of Elon Musk.
yeah,
Like, it's
and
not
that's
because Dogecoin had value or use case. And Digibyte, we're seeing Microsoft 365 picked it up to
yeah.
do the, we talked about that on our show, that they were going to have
Mhm.
the
No,
verified
there is a strong
ID.
development behind
Mhm.
and good partnerships behind it. And you know, the woof goes up.
Yeah, definitely,
So
definitely.
it's a little bit like that because you know, even in Brazil when I'm doing my little show, I always tell people, you know, unfortunately the price is not doesn't always reflect what's going on in the technological level. It's always important to understand that, you know, the when price goes down, the technology stays and remains. So it's always, you know, if you do focus on the technology, you know, in the long run, as a long time investor, that is a good chance you're gonna do a little bit better than the people that are just focused on the price. But you know, then Elon Musk will just make you know, a statement and everything changes. So
He'll
it
tweet
is what it is.
something crazy like that, yeah. The
No
human
one has the
condition
crystal
really,
ball.
yeah, does affect this market for sure. It
Yeah,
affects all markets, I guess.
it is amazing. But I think this week is going to be an exciting week. It's just Monday. We
Mhm.
saw, you know, the weekend, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin, everything is performing, was performing, you know, like it's like the bulls are just there, you know, even the markets want to squeeze down, the bulls keep on fighting back. It's like we really like on that, you know, amazing bull bear fight in a way. Let's see what happens. No one has the crystal ball, but no matter what, in the technological level, I think there is a lot of interesting things happening. This MicroStrategy announcing, you know, the fact that it's paying its board members with Bitcoin, to me sends me a loud and clear message that this thing is not going anywhere.
Definitely. I'm on your website. I'm trying to find the little girl that you're fundraising for.
Let me see if I
Let me
have it.
find let's see. I'm on the home page and I thought it was just right there.
It usually is on the main page. Sometimes you gotta load more articles in the bottom just to,
Oh, okay. That might be what I'm
yeah, but
doing. Everything NFT. Then it went to the bottom. I don't know. So can you give us an update on?
well, we are doing really, really well. We are actually going to have a debate between all the artists that is going to happen on Friday, actually. It's going to be a live debate in Portuguese, and all the artists are going to, you know, kind of get together. There is a chance the father of the little girl is going to be present in the debate as well, but each artist is gonna talk about the piece that was given, you know, in hopes to draw more attention to the artwork. We have one of the pieces that already has a bid, and it was, I think, above the asking price. So everybody's already super thrilled because we know that, you know, we are very confident we're gonna get there. You know, I think we're getting close to 60% of our goal. So it's a gradual process. We know, you know, we need a lot of marketing. We heard that Cointelegraph was also checking with their legal team to see if it was okay for them to publish this in an English version as well,
Mhm.
because the father is actually an editor for Cointelegraph Brazil. So they are trying to see if they can do it, and publicize this here as well. If we get that done, that's gonna be really, 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 that would, take things to a next level for sure. So we are praying that, that this comes our way. But if it doesn't, I think we're gonna get there no matter what. Her father is so happy. Every interview he gives in Brazil, he is like a ball of sweetness. He cries every time he talks about her. The last interview I watched, she came in the show because, she came to his daddy, he was in the living room and she just showed up in the middle of the interview. And it's not unusual that the person who is interviewing him gets emotional with him.
Yeah.
And it becomes like a whole, you see, I've seen at least like a handful of men crying since I started this process, and it's been so beautiful. There isn't like all the YouTubers in Brazil, everybody that we asked help, nobody said no. Every single person was more than willing to be there and present and give their love, attention, care, work, soul, money, whatever they could, they gave. So Jojo is gonna make it with some way or another.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, I know. It became more than a journey for us because I know this was gonna be something good, but I didn't understand how many friends I would make throughout the process, and we became close. It's becoming more close, and just to talk about it, my eyes start watering a little bit. So it's interesting journey.
Well, I think it's wonderful what you're doing. You guys can help Jojo if you go to Momme's blog, mammycrypto.com, and you can find this article. There's a little search bar if you have trouble finding it. Just you can put the word autism or epilepsy, and the article will come up, and you can find those links in there where you can give. So we've got just a lot of good things. Today is my son Jackson's birthday, so we're going to go make some dinner for him and give him some cryptocurrency for his birthday.
Nice gift.
We're excited to do that. And then on Thursday is Mighty Mia's birthday. And since I lost the channel, I was planning on doing like a telethon thing like we did last year. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. We've got a much smaller following now, but I think it's more about celebrating her and helping. The Leukemia Lymphoma Society told me that they're accepting cryptocurrency, but not until July. So I'll just have my regular link that you guys can give directly to them. And then,
but you know what? You can now emphasize that PayPal does accept cryptocurrencies too. So that's kind of like opens a lot of room to a lot of people, and you can advertise a little bit PayPal donations. Maybe find a channel through PayPal there, and then you can get that going. And count on me because
I do have a PayPal tip jar, so I could use that, and then I guess send that. Would they be able to donate Litecoin into that Paypal tip jar?
I think so. I'm not sure, but that is a possibility. Yeah. And then I'll definitely post it on my blog. Send me the info, if it's just even if it's just your video, we can see if we can dictate into a Google article, because I do think written form does help a lot.
Okay, we will
so we can try to write
a website for LLS that they have me use, and then that way it's on their website, and I just tell a little bit of Mia's story, and then I can promote that. Then people are giving directly to LLS, so they can feel comfortable about it.
Yeah, and I want to share that on my blog with a link to them, so we can just make it more people, more and more.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. All right, you guys take care, everybody, and remember to love one another.
Have a great week, everyone.